Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to my webinar. So to kick things off, my name is Adrianna Freeman, and I am a marketing strategist here at ImageQuicks. And today I'm going to be talking to you guys about seasonal marketing and how to expand customer life cycle. So let's get started. So first off, I just want to start with a very simple definition of what we kind of qualify as seasonal marketing. So seasonal marketing is any time that you communicate with your customers after the initial marketing campaign goes out. So basically any contact or anything that goes beyond just initially telling your customers that their photos are online. And any reason to incentivize them to re-enter and reorder from their photo gallery is huge as well. And it's also important to know what types of galleries qualify for seasonal marketing, which I will be going into more detail on later in the slides. Okay, so the process of our CS team. So once you onboard with us, you will have your initial handoff with the CS team. So that is going to be your client success team. It will make up of two people. So the client success manager and then your marketing strategist. So basically what we kind of do is we monitor campaign analytics in addition to creating the content that goes in all of our campaigns. So everything that we make is going to be custom made for your studio. We're not just standardizing one campaign across hundreds of different studios. So really what your needs are, what your brand is, your branding, that's really what we're going to hone in on and make it super customizable to you. So once we have that handoff, we'll begin our initial marketing discussion. And then after they have that initial marketing that goes out, they will qualify for seasonal marketing. And your marketing strategist will put together a 6-month plan, kind of highlighting each of these. And then you can expect to hear back from your marketing strategist for your campaign analytics and just to let you know how the campaign went, how it performed, and areas that we can improve on or use for another campaign later on. So why remarket to old galleries? Incentivize customers to order from previous galleries. It creates a repeat clientele and expands your overall reach. It also gives a reason to contact previous buyers again. And it's also just a reason for customers to revisit their photo gallery and get in there and really just see the memories and want to purchase more. And it will also generate additional revenue throughout the year instead of that 1 to 2 month period where you're making all of your revenue. This is going to encompass the whole year. So you're bringing in a constant income revenue. So some different ways to plan for seasonal success. This is where communication and planning ahead is very key. You'll be doing a lot of communication with your client success team. It's also great to communicate with your lab to establish a shipping timeline around big holidays. So it's good to know how long it will take your lab to fulfill those certain orders, as well as just knowing how much time you need to allot for the shipping so that it has enough time to arrive for that intended holiday as advertised. Next up, it is good to familiarize yourself with your lab's catalog and seasonal offerings. So this can be things such as grad cards, holiday ornaments, holiday products, anything like that. It's really great to introduce those to the applicable season. Next up, you will be approving a 6-month marketing plan. So your marketing strategist will pull all of the data from that season's previous year and how it performed. So we will be looking at month to month. We'll be looking at order amounts and really using that as a guide for that 6-month plan, order minimums. It's just a great way to get organized as well as cross-collaborate with the studios and your CS team. And then it's also great to establish an average order goal. So say your current average order is sitting at $42. Okay, let's try to push them to 50 and let's incentivize them to get to 50 and spend that 50. And some other important questions to ask yourself as a studio owner. Do I offer digital downloads? Do I shoot green screens? Do I offer holiday backgrounds for the green screen? And do you shoot fall jobs again in the spring as well? So this is just a brief overview of some of the different types of promotional and seasonal campaigns that you can run. I'm going to be going into more detail on what these look like and what each one specifically does. But just a brief overview, we do holiday delivery campaigns, we do senior product campaigns, we do tiered discounts, we do rush shipping, delivery deadlines, price sheet highlights. So the price sheet highlight is actually really cool because say you weren't keen on offering a 15% discount, a 30% off, or free shipping, you didn't want to do that. We can highlight something that already exists on your price sheet and kind of push and guide your customers in that direction. So you don't always have to be offering a promotion. And then last up, we have an archival notice, and we usually like to run these towards the end of the season for either underclass or seniors. And it's just a great way to grab those last minute orders and really push that urgency with an archival date. So I wanted to pull a few examples of just what a tiered campaign could look like. So it's a great way to offer a discount at different price points. And it's also a great way and a great marketing technique to help push buyers to a higher order threshold. So say maybe they just hit the 20% off, they spent 45, but hey, they're looking at a digital download and hey, that would be pretty cool. So they add in the digital download and now they've hit the 30% off at 65. So they're incentivized to spend more to get that extra percentage off. And it would already be an average order that is higher than say the 25 than what they were originally going to purchase. So that's a great way to go about running discount codes. It's just a really cool way to run a campaign. And next up, we are able to introduce different products throughout the year. And it gives you a reason to reach back out to your customers, introducing something new, not necessarily being like, hey, do you want to buy from this gallery again? We have new products for them to see. So if you do shoot green screen, we have fall backgrounds that you could introduce. You could introduce spring backgrounds. And then also it is really fun to offer and add in those holiday ornaments. And we usually like to add those around the holidays instead of just keeping it on your price sheet year round, because then you're able to contact your customers and say, hey, we just added these really cool ornaments, check them out. So that's a great way to communicate with your customers. And next up, we have archival. So an archival, again, grabbing those last minute orders and also just using an end date of when their photos will get archived to help push that urgency. And then also for ways to incentivize and push buyers to a higher threshold. So say they were at $100 and they see that, oh, I could spend $150 and receive a free digital download. So now they're spending over $150 when they probably wouldn't have even got to that minimum in the first place. So there's just really cool different techniques that we can use to market to your clients in different ways. So next up, I want to talk about how do underclass and senior campaigns differ. So the biggest difference between seniors and underclass is the length of the life cycle. So for underclass, it's usually a 6-month cycle. Then we typically end with an archive campaign before you shoot them again in the spring. And with seniors, it's usually a 1-year timeline because you typically only shoot formal senior portraits once a year. So with the longer senior timeline, you have more of an opportunity to showcase senior specific products like grad announcement, frames, tassel frames, grad cards, just fun items like that. And so with seniors and underclass, they differ a lot because you're going to have 2 completely different price points here. We generally like to say if your senior isn't buying more than once a year, you're doing something wrong. They should be buying multiple times, and they'll usually have a lot higher price point and order averages. So very different in terms of life cycle. And then for My Designs, so My Designs is actually a really cool feature within Blueprint. So the My Designs tab is used to create prints, products, or proof sheets that can be added to your studio's catalog. So you can build your own custom unique designs as a studio. So say you are super creative, you want something that is custom to just your studio, and say you love to design, you have that freedom within Blueprint. And it's also just a fun way to customize and just add that specific cool techniques for Mother's Day, for graduation. And so since these can be designed by you, we offer them to be fulfilled as a standard print product by your lab. So that's in terms of cost, lab time, fulfillment time, all of that. The lab can fulfill your design for you. And we also are able to pull in dynamic data on the My Designs. So say we wanted to put that subject's name on there, say we wanted to put the year they graduated or their school organization name, we can pull that data in for each subject. So then lastly, what is left for the studio's role? So basically a studio is left with attaching marketing campaigns to the appropriate jobs. This is huge, and we like to have our studios do this themselves because you guys know the jobs better than we do. You are shooting them, you are working in them every day, and you know who the correct audience is. So we will let you attach them. And then you will also be managing your price sheets, adding those seasonal products when applicable or switching them out. And if you find any of this confusing, your marketing strategist and your CS team will be right there to assist you, answer any questions, and kind of teach you and walk you through that process along the way so that you're able to do it on your own. And so next up, we like to know how long expected shipping times are by communicating with your chosen lab. And then we also like to ask that you just be open to our suggestions and promotional ideas, since we do work with many studios and we do have that industry knowledge and that industry backed data to help back up our suggestions. So next, I want to talk about contacting us. So on this top row, you will have your client success managers, and then on the bottom row, you will see your 3 marketing strategists. So feel free to reach out to us anytime, especially about anything marketing related, how to collect subject data, campaign analytics, or any initial and seasonal campaign requests. And then next up, if anybody has any questions, feel free to write them in the Q&A and I will answer them as they come in. Let me see if we have any that have came in. Okay, so we had someone write in and ask, for percentage discounts, like you mentioned for Black Friday, do parents get frustrated with that if they have already ordered? That is a great question. So no, customers expect there to be promotional sales around common holidays like Christmas, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And it's also a really great way to get reorders on products that they wanted, but they did not end up purchasing the first time around. So don't feel like you're training your customers to wait for discounts because your best discount will always be offered in that initial campaign. So you want to reward your customers for buying early. And that'll ultimately be one of the best offerings that we'll have. Okay, so I'm just answering these as they come in. So someone said, you mentioned seasonal products. Should I take those off of my price sheet for the initial purchase? Okay, so this is an excellent question. And we recommend yes. So we highly recommend to our studios that it is best to wait until after the initial campaign to add those seasonal products. And like I had said previously, it's just a great way to reach out to your customers and say, hey, we just added this to our price sheet. It's this brand new product, check it out. So that's just a great way to reintroduce those products. And let's see, we have one more question. Someone said, I've never offered discounts with a discount code. What would you recommend? So I always recommend for people who use discounts or want to do a discount code to always have an order minimum on that discount code. So for them to even be able to apply that 15% off discount, say they have to hit the order minimum of $50. So that way you're boosting the average order as well as incentivizing them to purchase more to begin with. And we also recommend having a discount code expiration date so that you can really push that urgency and say, hey, we need to buy you to buy by this date, or else you will not be able to get 15% off or whatever the promotion is. So just really pushing that call to action and having your customers feel incentivized. So that is all of the questions that I have gotten in today. And I just want to say thank you all for hopping on here. And we will look forward to seeing you all soon. Also, check out our newest blog written by me on our IQ website, and it basically will explain in more detail just what the marketing strategist relationship looks like and who to go to for who. So definitely check that out. And thank you guys again for hopping on today.